Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, Larsa Pippen defends telling friends about Guerdy's cancer diagnosis.
I do feel like when you're friends with someone and you have history with someone, they know you. And I feel like she doesn't really know who I am as a person. I'm a really good friend.
Cohen teases what's next for RHONY.
That was something that I lost sleep over. And I was incredibly relieved by the reception and also the grace that people gave.
Plus, Meghan King warns Alexis Bellino about John Janssen. Garcelle takes over the Emmys, and Tamra Judge talks about the twisted end to the Tres Amigas. We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey everyone, Christina here, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. We have some big news coming out of OC. But first, we want to see what you guys had to say about last week's show, and a lot of people are talking about Salt Lake City. Rita says, if Monica stays on the series, I will no longer watch the series. I wonder if everybody feels that way. I will definitely still watch the show if she's on, but I just don't know how they can kind of move forward with her. I mean, we have one more episode of the reunion to go, and it seems like they all still hate her, pretty much, except for Mary. So I don't know. I mean, the jury's still out. We still don't know. When we talked to Andy Cohen last week, he said it's kind of too soon to figure out where this show goes from here, but I would imagine that filming would probably have to pick up somewhat soon, so we'll have to wait and see. Another user says Garcelle and Sutton offer nothing to the show. In my opinion, they are bullies and pot stirrers. Can't stand them. Quite a few comments kind of feeling the same way about this. I didn't realize that so many people didn't really like Garcelle and Sutton. I don't know. I like their friendship. I think they're a lot of fun. I mean, I think that they do their job. Like, I think without them, the show would kind of feel a little boring this season. Yes, we have Kyle and Mauricio's drama, but if it wasn't for them kind of stirring the pot, I don't know if people would be that much interested in Beverly Hills anymore. I don't know. Another user said, grown women acting like teenagers, so ridiculous, all just want to stay relevant regardless who they step on. I mean, that's the definition of the Housewives, I guess. But they keep us entertained. All right, like I said, we have a lot of news coming out of the OC, starting with Meghan King. She has some concerns about fellow Orange County alum Alexis Bellino's relationship with John Janssen, don't we all? She told Page 6 of a recent exchange she had with Alexis about John, saying, I was texting her like, be careful, it seems like he's love bombing. She noted that Alexis responded by thanking her for her love and support. Now, despite admitting that she's never met John, Meghan feels protective of Alexis, who was first linked to John, of course, back in November. She said, I'm sure he has a lot of lovely traits, but after being in a narcissistic relationship myself and having done a lot of healing from that, I just see things that have been put out willingly by both of them that kind of lead me to believe that there might be some red flags in the way that John approaches a relationship. Meghan was married to Brad McDill from 2007 to 2011, that toxic relationship with Jim from 2014 to 2021, and Cuff Biden Owens from 2021 to 2022. Who could forget that short-lived marriage? I kind of agree with her. I do think John may be love bombing Alexis. We talk about this week after week. Alexis, we think, may be back. They did start filming OC again. Shannon has returned. She posted that they were back up and running. So despite what this relationship may be like in the future, it's definitely going to make for some good TV. And especially now that the Tres Amigas are no longer together, that's also going to make for great TV in the upcoming season of OC. So Tamra Judge opened up about it to Entertainment Tonight. She says, I backed out of the Tres Amigas for some reasons that you probably will hear about on the Orange County Housewives. You know, it's tough. She added, it's so twisted and there's so many layers to it. It's hard for me to explain everything, but I didn't do anything to either of them. You know, things turned a corner in November of 2023 when Tamra revealed that she had a disagreement after their debut Tres Amigas comedy show. She said, after we did the Phoenix show, the agent called me and said, would you like to do another show? And I said, you know what? I can't right now. I have too many things on my plate. I can't go on this tour with them. They had already known that. They know my schedule's super busy. I just didn't have a lot of time to go traveling. And I guess Vicki didn't like that. 2 months later, Vicki threw shade at Tamra via social media. After Tamra tweeted in December about joining season 2 of The Traitors, Vicki replied that it was the perfect show for you. Tamra also thinks that Vicki and Shannon have been mean-spirited behind her back, saying that there was a lot of accusations that have not been addressed. She said there were some things they had said about me behind my back that got to me, and it didn't sit well with me. I think I understand a little bit maybe where Vicki and Shannon are coming from. You promoted this big Tres Amigas tour tour, and then after one show, you decide to remove yourself from the tour. I would be a little disappointed too, being like, we were supposed to go on this tour together. Maybe something better came along, like the Traitors, and she decided then not to pursue this tour. I would be a little disappointed too. Not sure if I would end my friendship over it, but like I said, this is definitely going to make OC a spicy season. All right, well, Christina Applegate turned to reality TV to help her prepare for her overwhelming surprise appearance at the Emmys over the weekend. Her hairstylist revealed that he and Christina had fun watching a hit Bravo show before she stepped on stage. She told People magazine, "We were chilling, laughing, and watching Real Housewives of New York. It was like catching up with my best friend." Well, I caught up with my imaginary best friend, Andy Cohen, and he said that he was thrilled about how fans reacted to RHONY Legacy and the RHONY reboot, but he did say that there was some room for improvement and growth. Take a look. Were you as satisfied with RHONY Legacy as the viewers were?
I was really thrilled. I think that, along with the complete RHONY cast shakeup in season 4, were the two riskiest things that we've done at Bravo in my time there. And so that was something that I lost sleep over. And I was incredibly relieved by the reception and also the grace that people gave, because the original RHONY women were just chef's kiss, and they held such a special place in people's hearts. So I think for people to kind of be able to say, okay, we're going to give this a chance. And I think that there were some growth areas, and I think that those will be dealt with next season.
Would love to know what you all think he means by this. Do we think growth means new cast members in the new RHONY reboot? Where do we think we go from this? Was he alluding to maybe Ramona not being on the Legacy anymore? So there's definitely some ways that the cast may be shaken up next season, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, news coming out of Atlanta, and Real Housewives of Atlanta alum and Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband, Peter Thomas, was arrested for DUI. So according to the booking sheet obtained by multiple outlets, he was cited for multiple misdemeanors on January 9th while driving in Atlanta, including driving under the influence of alcohol, driving with expired tags, driving without a license, no proof of insurance, failure to maintain lane in violation of traffic control device. Basically, he should never have been behind the wheel. So he was taken into custody but was released on bail several hours later. According to Entertainment Tonight, he received several restrictions after posting bail. He must abstain from drinking alcohol or drugs, undergo random drug tests, and is prohibited from owning firearms. Further details surrounding his arrest have not been revealed, nor has he publicly addressed the incident. He was actually previously arrested in 2019 for allegedly writing fraudulent checks. After he was released that March, he denied the claims. Yeah, this a very bad situation. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but with that kind of laundry list of things that he violated that night, he definitely should not have been behind the wheel and probably is in a heap load of trouble. And speaking of Atlanta, there's been some rumors going around that maybe some Bravo shows, the Housewives show, might not be coming back in 2024. A lot of people are rumbling that Atlanta might be one of them. I know Candy spoke out recently saying that they have not heard when they're going to start shooting again, who's going to be on the show. So it seems like Atlanta might get the reboot rehaul that New York has seen. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. If you think that we should swipe the cast clean and start fresh like we did in New York, or if we should bring back some of the OGs, definitely let me know in the comments. All right, well, heading on over to Miami, and Larsa Pippen found herself in very hot water this season when it came to revealing her friend Guerdy's cancer diagnosis to the rest of the group. Well, we caught up with Larsa and we wanted to hear her side of the story. Take a look. But everything that happened with Guerdy, what kind of got lost in translation of you going to tell the girls? What kind of got lost there?
Honestly, I was trying to do something good for Guerdy. I've never had any type of issue with her. And I think like her behavior before that was so erratic that like I was having conversations with my best friends, with the other girls on the show, like, what could be going on with her? She's acting, so different. And so me telling my best friends and me telling the other girls was basically me trying to do something special for her and rally around her and show her love. It was never, I was never in a place of like gossiping about her. Like, why would I ever do that? No one would ever do that.
Do you regret it now?
I regret it, but I also feel like I definitely regret it. However, I do feel like when you're friends with someone and you have history with someone, they know you. And I feel like she doesn't really know who I am as a person. I'm a really good friend.
Yeah.
So for her not to know that about me it's kind of sad.
Do you want to get back to a place with her where you can start maybe a new friendship, or?
I don't know. I feel like I just wish her nothing but the best. I want her to be healthy and happy and all that good stuff.
Yeah. What did you make about her saying that she wanted to test your friendship, though?
Who does that? Like, we're too old to be doing that. We're too old to be doing that, you know? And I've never given her reason not to, you know, be able to trust me, you know? And I feel like the whole time when she did tell me that she had cancer, she was like, you're the first person I'm telling. And then a second later, she goes, I told 4 of the girls. And then she says, I told my family. So I didn't know, you know, we're on a TV show.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course I'm going to go back and tell the other girls, like, you know, I don't know who knows, who doesn't know, but like, we have to rally around her and show her love. And that's really why I was telling the girls.
Yeah.
It didn't come from a place of like gossip.
I don't know, Larsa. I don't know if I can defend you on this one. This, you know, she specifically said, please don't tell everybody. And, you know, next day, Larsa went around and said everything to everybody. So I don't know. Definitely going to be a good reunion when that one comes up. All right, wrapping it up with our social spotlight of the week. And Garcelle showed up to the Emmy Awards, took the Emmys by storm, and it seemed like she had a great time. You know, it's so nice to seeing housewives representing and doing some amazing work, and that's exactly what Garcelle does. Of course, she is a great actress, first and foremost. She took some great pictures with some other Emmy winners, including Ayo from The Bear, and then she also posted this really sweet moment between she and Jessica Chastain. Take a look.
She doesn't understand how much I love you. And you have injected so much fun into that show. Thank God for you. I love you a hug. Yeah, I don't want to get you makeup.
Jessica Chastain, a huge Housewives fan, just like the rest of us. I love to see this. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Lots to talk about in the comments. Tell me what you think about Salt Lake City going forward, if you think Monica should be back, if Atlanta should get rebooted, if you think Ramona's out, if there's going to be more casting shakeups in New York. Lots of conversations to be had, so definitely keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week.